Hi guys, welcome back to class. I'll be right there. I'm trying to see if I can pull up my live. Oh, I can. Yay. On my other device so I can read comments because I can't read them on my phone for some reason. Hang on just a second. One more thing to do so you can see our project. Woo! Thought I was prepared for class, but apparently not. Hang on. Okay, just checking. Happy Friday! Welcome to our last day of class. I'm excited to share a few more projects with you. I just have 3 on tap for today. Totally doing the ponytail thing. It's been several days since I've washed my hair. And it's Friday. And I was dragging this morning. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a long week. So, but I'm here. And I would like to share these 3 projects with you real quick, and then you will be dismissed from class for the weekend. Before we do that, I thought I would real quick, I got a package in from my company, and I thought I would real quick just kind of open it with you. It came in yesterday or the day before, but I was so busy and we had so many projects that I could not even, sorry, apron's a little loose, that I couldn't even get to open them. So I can't even remember what I ordered. Oh yeah, I did order several other colors of ink. I think I mentioned that to you. We could do some more t-shirts and other items. I ordered some more, another little set of these box frames, the 4-packs, because there's so many cute things you could do with them. And actually, all the projects that I've done this week, these are be great for. If you're in my VIP group, I'm going to post later a, I'm going to post another idea, and it actually used these. So, and our simple shapes. So, if you're interested in learning more ideas, then type VIP in the comments, and I'll be glad to send you an invite. What else did I get? Oh yes, oh yes. I got one of our 9x9 double-sided box frames. So it's basically, sorry, my box is gonna fall. This same kind of concept, but it is bigger. So it's the wood on the outside, it's white on one side and natural on the other. So got that because there's a really cool project that we're gonna do with that, and I think you're going to love. Oh, and here's my ink mat. See how big that is? Told you I was getting that too to help with the project since I'm doing more inking now. And what I'll probably do is I'm not even gonna keep it this big. I'm probably gonna cut part of it off so I can use it like in smaller t-shirts. I actually, when I was at Michael's the other day, I didn't tell you this, but I picked up a t-shirt for my littlest guy so that I can do for Halloween. So obviously I need to be able to fit little t-shirts in here, but also this would be great if I cut it maybe like just this much, maybe a third of it. Can use it like in pillows and stuff too, like the lumbar type pillows. So that's my thought there. So I'm excited about having that. I guess I'll just put that in. And then let's see what transfers, because I did grab a couple. Yesterday we had a restock and I grabbed a few because we've got to be getting these fall projects started soon. What did we get? Ooh, sneak peek. My Club Couture transfer for September is here. Woohoo! And it is awesome. Speaking of fall. Oh, okay. I got a couple other cute things. I just felt like I needed this so I can make a sign for my craft room, right? Any crafter can feel me with that one. Oh, and this one. I've been looking at this ever since I signed up. I was like, I love this. I'm going to make a shirt or a sweatshirt or something because I don't rise and shine. I cabinet and hope for the best. Or I don't hope for the best, but I do pray for the best and try for the best. But I definitely don't rise and shine. I'm not a morning person. Oh, and then do you remember I talked to you about these, the other minis? This is a whole other page of mini transfers, and this one is our French minis. French country minis. So look at all those cute little ideas. So many. Oh, I love it. And this one this is the one that I mentioned on Saturday. Like you could use any of these probably. Maybe not the horse, but unless that's your jam. But any of these on this month's transfer, the Club Couture transfer, the kitchen subway sign. You could just trade out. If you didn't want to do a rooster, you could use one of these cute guys. I love it. If you're a baker, if you're more of a baker, look, there's Artisan Bread Company. Deliciously balanced, eat well, eat often, local. Very cute. So I can't wait to use those. Oh, and then this was my daughter's request. She saw this and she's a very boho kind of girl, much like her mama. And she saw this and she said, oh, Mom, I really like that. Especially the mushrooms are so cute. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this, but look at all the options. And that's a B-size transfer. So those only run $14.99. And look at all the options you have on there. And you can use this on lots of different things. You can use it all together on one sign, or you could use them independently. Choose to be grateful. That's always a good reminder, especially right now. And the closer we get to the holidays, it seems like that's where our thoughts go. So that one's going to be fun. I like that. Was that it? Oh, no. I'm sorry. One more big one. So you know that 9x9 box frame that I just told you about? The reason I got it was because of these. These fit perfectly. Can you see them? I got a glare, sorry. It's so hard when they're in this package. I got that 9x9 box frame because of this. So these are made to fit perfectly on the inside of that because we can use both sides. So we will definitely be working on this one and this one next. These we will save. And I don't know if I'll do it on our box frame or I'll find some other fun kind of, I'll probably find some other fun kind of surface that I can share that with you on. But aren't those awesome? You're gonna love that. So that's another big project we're gonna be working on. So I'm getting excited about the projects. I'm still not excited about fall yet. I definitely want and more minis, because if I'm doing workshops or if you join my club, you get a free one of these. I will definitely send you one of those. So I definitely needed some more of them. So now I'm stocked up. But if you're new here and this is the first time that you're joining me, I would appreciate it if you would hit the heart button. And you can even let me know in comments where you're watching from, because I would love to know where my audience is from. And additionally, if you like what you see, and you think someone else might be interested in learning all about this, or just some stress-free, drama-free, relaxing maybe, videos to watch when you have a break at work, or you're trying to wind down in the evening, or just trying to have something on in the background while you're doing some other project, sprinkle my video. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. And by sprinkle, I mean S-H-A-R-E. So, and welcome. And if you're watching this not on live and you're catching it later and you're watching it on replay, if you would put #replay, I would appreciate it too. That way it kind of lets me know what's the best time of day. Like I said, right now I've been coming in the mid-afternoon time frame, Eastern time every day, because that's what has worked for me with, I spend my mornings like most of you, once I get up, you know, and have some quiet time to myself if I get up early enough. Otherwise, I'm juggling that around a 4-year-old. But I get up and then I take care of the chores and the family needs and helping with the little one and the animals and all that kind of stuff before I get started with my work day. So I usually wait until after I've taken the little guy to school, to preschool, before I start my project. So this is the time it's been working for me. It may change. He's going to be out of school the next 2 weeks. I don't know what that is. He's going to be out of school the next 2 weeks. So we're going to see. It might be evenings that I can come on. So maybe that'll work out for many of you, because I know a lot of you, if you're a teacher or if you are off in the summer, you're getting ready to go back. So, or if you're in college and you're going back, or high school, whatever, but that you're busy during the day. So I want to try to reach all audiences, daytime or evening. But I can promise you, you probably will never, ever, I won't say ever, because when you say ever, the man upstairs likes to laugh and say, oh yeah, let me show you. So I won't say ever, but you'll probably very, very highly unlikely that you'll ever see me early in the morning. And by early, I mean before 10, because that's just not how I roll. Even if I'm up early, I'm not like ready to interact with the world. Are you a morning person, or are you a night owl? I'm definitely a night owl, and actually all my kids are night owls. I guess I kind of created that monster. But anyway, except for the littlest guy, he's a night owl, but he also gets up early, so he just doesn't seem to require a lot of sleep. But if you're new here, my name is Susan. This is Expressions in Chalk. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So all the projects that you see me do are inspired by the transfers and the paste that I sell in my shop. Oftentimes the surfaces, oftentimes not. The 3 projects I'm doing today, again, are not on any Chalk Couture surface today. So I like to think outside the box. I've always kind of been that way with my creating and crafting and decor. I like to look at something and think of another way that I can use it. So that's kind of my niche. I want to share that out there to you and show you that you can use our transfers and do so many different things with them. So you don't have to. However, if that's not your thing, if you don't like shopping, if you don't like trying to figure out different uses for stuff, if you don't like, anything too time consuming, which is why I love these crafts, is it's not very time consuming. This apron is not sitting right on me today. But I'm trying to go with the teacher vibe today though, with my stripes. And you don't want to do all of the extras, you don't have to do any of the extras. That is what is so fabulous about this company and about this craft and about these transfers. You can use them on so many different surfaces, in so many different ways, and you can do it on our surfaces and do it when you finish the project. It comes out looking like you were just so talented. So you don't have to have any crafting ability. This is easy for anyone, even little kids. If they are, I would say, obviously if they need to be 2 and up, supervised, if they're real little guys. Our paste is just called, it's wet chalk, basically, and it's non-toxic. Obviously you don't want them eating it. It costs money. Not a lot, but it costs money. But, and obviously we don't want them eating things that they shouldn't. But we all know how kids are, right? But if they happen to get it on their fingers and they put it, they're gonna be fine. It's non-toxic. But also, and we actually have one of our designers that often has I think her daughter's only 2. She's so adorable. And she loves to get up there and help her mommy. And if I had had this when my 22-year-old daughter was little, she probably would have, because she's got the crafty gene, just like me. But you can do this with just about at any age. And if the little kids can do it, then you can do it as an adult. So don't ever feel intimidated by anything you see, because I may do something a little bit more or a little bit that seems like it's not as easy, but all of it's easy, I promise you. And it can be made as easy as you want it to be. These are made to buy, put on one of our surfaces, buy the surface, buy the transfers, buy single paste packets or a jar if you're just gonna do, maybe your kitchen, maybe you just are a black and white person and you like to keep neutral, go for it. If you're a neutral also, this dune, you can't get much more neutral than that. It's beautiful. Just buy a couple jars of paste, buy the easy things and just paste and pull, paste and pull, paste and pull, and create to your heart's content. You do it to match your decor, but it's simple. Anybody can do this, I promise you. Don't be intimidated. Don't ever be intimidated. And if you have any questions, I would gladly answer you in Messenger personally. And if you have a question, also put it in the comments. Like I mentioned yesterday, it's just like in school, if you had a good teacher anyway, there's no such thing as a dumb question. So if you have a question, I'm happy to, I feel like that's really bright today. I'm happy to answer it, and it might benefit someone else. So don't be afraid to ask. Okay, so anyway, lecture over. That was lecture time. Sorry. But I did want to just share with you a little bit. I work right out of my home, which is, you can't get much more convenient than that. I am getting ready to start local workshops. So, you know, that's completely optional. If you are the type of person that wants to do local workshops, or if you feel safe doing workshops, I feel like things have gotten to the point in my area that I can. So I'm going to venture out and try it. And if I don't like it, or if it doesn't work, I'm back. I'm not going to do it anymore. So the beauty of social media is that, and really one of the only reasons I use social media is for encouragement, and also so that I can kind of share this love of this hobby. It can be a hobby. It started as a hobby, as a craft, as a business with all of you guys. So that's my goal. Okay. And I was thinking about it today as I was driving my little guy to preschool, and I was thinking, you know what, if nothing more ever happens with this business, it has given me joy, and it has given me fulfillment by giving me an outlet to be able to create on a consistent basis. And that's what I've been missing for many, many years. Life gets in the way, as it does for all of us. And my kids were little. I made time. You know how hard it is as a mom to make time to be able to get out of the house and go scrapbook. That was my joy. And especially the people I got to scrapbook with. I have so many, you know, great memories. But that's just not my life right now. So, and it hasn't been for many, many years. So, when I found this, I decided this was it. This was it for me. And I'm hoping that at some point when I'm an empty nester, I'll be able to have time for this and scrapbooking. So that's what I'm hoping. Because God knows I'm way behind, and I am a picture taker. I have gazillion pictures that will need to be done. But, okay. What else was I going to tell you? Yeah, so if you don't want to be in business, if you don't want to do workshops, you don't have to. You can just be a club member and get access to a subscription club once a month. It's $19.99, automatically ships, automatically deducts from your account. You can cancel at any time after 3 months, and you have access to a cool hobby to try. If you're a hobbyist and you want to be a little more into it, then you can order directly from my online shop and order what you think you might like to have in your house. So that's another option if you're a hobbyist. If you are a maker, if you sell things on Etsy or Facebook Marketplace or wherever it is that you like to go to vendor shows and do those. I have not done any of those. I don't know if I will or not. I'm considering it, but I'm just not sure I'm there yet. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't want to go out and sit in the hot, and most of the time they're outside around here anyway. So I just don't know if I will or not. But if you're interested in that, or you love doing vendor shows, and they're opening up in your area, this is the perfect business for you to get in, because we make it super easy. And especially if we have people that have come to our company that used to have their own Etsy shop and were makers, and found that it consumed so much of their time that they weren't able to spend the time with their family, that was the whole reason that they started doing that to begin with, creating their own business to begin with. So there's so many ways you can use this business. If you want to do that and you want to become a designer, that's all you have to do. You can sell them wherever you want. You can sell your made goods wherever you want, however you want. You can use these in any way you want to create things and sell them if that's what you're into, especially with the holiday season coming up. You know, hopefully I'll show you some really cool ideas that you'll like, and you may want to decide you want to start a little side business. It's such a small investment. Becoming a designer is in US, it's $19.99. no, sorry, that's the club, is $99. And we sell in Canada too, and I want to say it's like $129, but that's the only 2 countries that we sell in. But it's such a low investment for starting out a business, and you get a big kit. And anyway, if you're interested in that, just send me a message and I'll be glad to show you the information. It's always no commitment to ask a question. I'm never going to hound you, and I'm just not that kind of person. My husband is a salesperson. I am not. I like to share things that I love with others. If it can bring them joy, wonderful. If it's not their thing, that's okay too. But yeah, if you're ever interested in that, just send me a message. I'll be glad to share the opportunity information with you. Okay? Enough of my lecture for today. I wanted to get you out of here of class on time, and I actually only have about an hour before I have to start wrapping up and heading over to go pick up my little guy. So let's move on. So you remember I showed you the mini sheet. I don't have it all together now because I've cut it into pieces, but I showed that on Monday or Tuesday, maybe both days. And I just showed you a mini sheet where it has 12 of these minis on one big transfer sheet. So you get all 12 of them for $14.99. So you cut them out individually. I've already cut them out, and we've used many of them. Today we're going to use this one. We haven't used this one yet, right? We did that cool teacher. We did the teacher one, which is a separate transfer. It's a size A transfer, which those are only $9.99. But we haven't done this one yet. So I've saved this one for today for this because I wanted to let you have another idea of another way to use it, because maybe you don't want to brag. Maybe you're a teacher and you don't want to be going around with, oh, I'm the best teacher ever. You know, even if you are. Usually the ones that are don't have to go telling everybody, right? So, but maybe you as a parent of a student, or as a teacher to a friend that's a teacher, or whatever, just a friend that is a teacher, and you want to make them a little something, you've got so many different options with this that you can make. But today I thought, well, you know, when we do teacher appreciation, or when we do you know, gift giving, maybe it's to get them started off on their year right, you know, and you want to give them some little supplies and kind of encourage them. We all had a really rough year last year, especially anybody that had anything to do with education, and I'm not sure how much better it is this year yet, but it's still a little stressful. You know, it's a hard job regardless of COVID, but you throw that in there and whew, that just really, oh goodness, too much drama and a lot of stress and work. And you know, it's nice if you can show your appreciation for people who dedicate their time to that. So I have already marked my transfers. I marked them all on the front just to remind me what's the front. Our transfers are silk screen, which is that area in there you can see that we're gonna chalk in, and the back is sticky so it can adhere to whatever you're putting it on, okay? And then our backers, you always hold on to those. I usually label what one goes on it, which was good because when I had all these out drying the other day and I had to go find the right back to go on it because of how I cut it, right? So I just label the back so I know, because that's a matte surface and this is a glossy. You always want to put the sticky side on the glossy when you go to put them back after you've cleaned them in the sink with cold water. You can use our board erasers. I'll show you one of those. They are the best invention. I have no idea what they're made of or how they're made. You get 2 of these in a packet for very, very, very little money, but they are like magic. It amazes me. But they are not Mr. Clean erasers. It reminds me of that because of how it feels, but it's not a Mr. Clean eraser. It doesn't have all that gunk coming out of it like a Mr. Clean eraser, which is still pretty amazing. But they're sticky, so you want to fuzz them. This is my fuzzing cloth that has just a terry cloth on one side and microfiber on the other. We use this for fuzzing and for drying. But you don't have to use this. You can just use whatever kind of fabric you have at home. I could just put it on my apron. I can put it on a terry cloth towel. If I have a hand towel I don't care about, just stick it over here. But of course I love to use anything that's this color. It's one of my very, very favorites. And I'm just fuzzing it, and that's exactly like what it sounds like. We're just getting some fuzzy stuff on the sticker part so it's not quite as sticky. So what I decided I bought these, I don't know, a couple months ago. I saw them somewhere. Anytime I see anything chalkboard, I've always liked chalkboard stuff anyway. But when I see anything chalkboard now, I'm even more prone to it. But when I saw these, I was like, oh, definitely need those. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I thought, oh, how fun. I cannot remember where I got it. I don't know if I got it at my favorite dollar store or if I got it at my favorite hobby store somewhere. I know it costs $2.50 and there's 4 of them in here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on, and I decided to bring my teacher glasses for today. All right, so we are going to use it, and what it is, it's one of those cool, now who doesn't love going to like the Chinese restaurant or takeout restaurant? I don't know, the Chinese, I guess, are smaller, but who doesn't like going to a takeout restaurant where you get one of these cute boxes like this, right? So this one is chalkboard. So that's what it is. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be fun to fill up with some tissue paper and some supplies? You know how teachers usually give you some kind of supply list and at the beginning of the school year. And of course, I tried to donate as much as I could that I could get my hands on and feel like I was helping them out, because they spend so much out of their own pocket just for supplies for the classroom. And if you didn't know that, you should, as a parent. For free education, you really, the least you can do is help out if you have the means to do so. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. Can you tell I have teachers in my life? So I know all this stuff firsthand. But I thought, well, wouldn't that be cute to send some of the supplies in one of these boxes or a couple of these boxes? And then at the same time, let them know how much you appreciate them. So we're just going to put one design on here. You could certainly put more of the little minis on here, but I am just going to put one design on here. So I thought, I know it's going to look a little weird because it's kind of off center, but because that's the side, but this is where we're going to focus on. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm just going to put it on one side. I could put it on both, but I'm just going to do one side. So we're going to use the best teacher ever, but again, as I mentioned before, okay, so can you see the student of the year? Remember our little black chalkable chips? You could do one of these on there, make it into a magnet so that teacher could take it home and remember that they're appreciated. You could do it on, oh, speaking of school, there's a school bus. I think that's middle school guys. The little A+ up there, you could put that on there. You could put it on a little pail. And by the way, I don't know if you spied that, but I did the little tin, and I've got a video I'll be sharing with you of that, the first of the week of doing that one. I couldn't resist, I had to do it. You could put it anywhere. If you want to do a little notebook for them, you know, maybe they jot notes or something. If you wanted to do a little pouch, can you see the pouch? I don't think you can see the pouch. Nope, not very well. Like I showed you these pouches, you could do it on one of those and give them some goodies inside of it. You could do it on, you remember the little lanyard cover? You could do it on one of those. Anything your little heart thinks of. We are going to do it on this. I'm going to fuzz it just once or twice more because it is like a chalkboard material. It says it's chalkboard. So it is like a chalkboard material, but it's paper. So I think I mentioned this to you the other day too when I did our little thing for our scrapbook on the foam. If you can chalk on paper, you can make this into a card, just into a card, a handmade card. But remember, if you're doing it on paper, make sure you chalk it really well. Fuzz it really well because you don't want the sticker to pull up. Think about a sticker. You know, it's kind of like a sticker. You don't want the sticky part to pull up the paper and it will ruin your transfer. I'm sure there's probably a way to salvage it, but I'm not 100% sure of that. If you could salvage it after that and reuse it. But just make sure you fuzz it well. Because the idea is we want it to hold it in place so that our chalk doesn't bleed under the silkscreen area, but we don't want it to hold it so much that we have to pull and rip our transfer and then possibly distort it or tear it. I've never seen one tear, but I'm sure it's a way to make it stretch so that it doesn't work or look as good anymore. But we don't want to do any of that. So, and we don't want it to rip our paper, right? After we've done that, after we've gone to the trouble. So there we go. Got that on there, and it's crooked. I'm trying to line it up. I'm trying to line it up from the bottom. I probably need to line it up from the top. Let's see. Like looking at the bottom. Let's just see. I am fortunate, I mean, it's not necessary now, but I'm fortunate that when we moved into the house that we're living in now, my son, who is in high school now, actually started middle school when we moved here. So he was, well, the first year I think we took him most of the time, but about halfway through the year he started riding the bus home. And he never went in the morning because, oh my gosh, I don't know how these kids do it. I know we rode buses when we were little, but goodness sake, they come so early because it's ridiculous. If I can take them, that's what I do. So just because it's awful. Like the high schoolers, they pick up outside out here like 6:15. But the school bus stop is right there. Like I can see them. So it's so nice. They had hardly any distance to walk, if the weather was bad, and they, I could see them, which was awesome. Okay, here we go. And I decided to just keep it simple. I'm just gonna do white, okay? I know that's gonna really pop. Now, again, if you have school colors that aren't dark, you know, as long as it's a lighter color, I wouldn't do anything with a dark pigment. I'm sure the red would show up fine on here, but like if you did like a dark blue, you obviously would never do black, but if you did a dark blue, or like I have a really pretty dark purple called Regal, I don't think it would show up very well in here. That's why I did the shimmer on the black chalkboard the other day. But I'm just gonna just use white and keep it simple. And these are my squeegees. This is our small squeegee available in my store. Here's a mini squeegee as well. If you join my club, I'll send you one of those free. Otherwise, you get them in a big, like I was showing you, I have a whole pack of them. It's like 12. And these are reusable. You just wash them. They do get stained sometimes. This one was a small that I cut in half because I felt like it was a good size I needed. Then I also have my multi-purpose tools that have little mini squeegees on the end of it. So I'm just going to use this one that's cut in half because I don't need a big surface. I'm not doing a huge transfer. We actually have even bigger. Like we have one of those bad boys that are like, you know, like what you'd use to clean a window in your shower maybe, or like clean a window on your car or something. Not quite like that big, but it's like this big of a squeegee. So if you're doing a lot of really big transfers, you might want that. We also have one that is angled, so it's bigger and it's angled, but all that's available in my online store if you're interested. So now we're just going to apply the chalk. And I'm just smearing it across, and I'm just covering my silkscreen area. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not getting it on the fabric, but I don't need to do that. I just need to get in the silkscreen area. And it doesn't take much, and look, we're done. I'm just gonna come across it one time this direction to make sure that I got all of the areas covered. And I put my extra right back in. And I'm going to set that squeegee aside. I don't think I'm going to use white anymore, so I'll just wash that in the sink when I go to wash this transfer. All right. Paste, pull, peel, reveal, and squeal. Ready? And I'm going to start on the side and then grab in the middle just to make sure. See, it's even grabbing it. La! Ta-da! Guys, can you get any easier? I mean, what did that take? Less than 5 minutes. I talk so much. That's what takes so long. Less than 5 minutes. And you tell me how awesome that looks. Clear, crisp. Your handwriting. I have what I consider decent handwriting, which you'll probably see on one of the pictures that I'll do after we do one of these projects. Because I like to write with chalk markers myself. And we do sell those in my store too, chalk markers. But you can get those anywhere. I've been using chalk markers for years. But I mean, most people, they can't even write that well with their chalk marker, right? Look how awesome that looks. And I can let it dry. It's going to dry in about 5 minutes or so. And it's made to look a little distressed. So don't feel bad if you don't have like a crisp. Most of our stuff, most of our transfers are like that. Not all of them are crisp and clear. A lot of them have like little, almost like character to them, for lack of a better word. So I could dry that right now if I wanted with my air dryer, or I can let it dry in about 5 minutes or so. It's going to be dry to the touch, and I'll be able to touch it and flip it over, and I could do the other side. So, you know, I could do it in white. I could do it as, after I said white, I was like, oh, maybe I should use my teal, because, you know, that's one of my favorites. But I don't know if I'll do the other side or not. We'll see. And you could even put some of these other fun ones. I'm just going to put that transfer down on my little mat and spray some water on it until I can get it to the sink, guys. But you could put fun stuff on the side, like you want to. We could go ahead and do it. I just love this little owl. I think he's one of my favorites. We'll put our owl. We could even do Superstar. Best teacher ever, Superstar. You want to do it? Let's do it. What the heck? Let's go ahead and do that. I love my little owl. Maybe I'll put him on the other side. I don't know. But we've only used the Superstar on that, the one project for the, yes, I will get it out in a minute, for the apron. And I was able to get the cutest model ever for that kid's apron, actually using it. So I will post a picture of that as well. You have to give it some love. Okay. Let's do it. Superstar. What do you think, guys? Teal or... we'll do yellow. Superstar. We'll do yellow. Okay. Bumblebee. This is Bumblebee. This is Golden Hour, which is really pretty too, but it's more of a soft yellow. You do what you like. You know me. I like the vibrant colors. And I may actually just use that same squeegee. Just wipe it off. I always have a baby wipe or a wet paper towel close by for cleaning up. If I get it on my fingers, it's just chalk. It washes off very easily. And a paper towel as well, because I usually need that. I'm just taking it right out of the jar, as you can see. I don't need to stir it because this is our Creamy Dreamy formula. It's a new formula they came out with in, it must have been April, because I've never had the old formula. And this is so nice and smooth that, you know, you are gonna very rarely, if ever, have to add water to it. I haven't had to yet, and I don't, if you take care of it, you shouldn't have to. And I know that there are people that have had their paste for a year or more and have, you know, but they used to have the old formula, so, but they've had it for a year or more. It can last you that long, because depending on how much you use. I mean, I have so many colors, and I'm, you know, trying to add one or two here or there that, you know, I don't know that there's any one color I use a lot of. I do use a lot of the teal, so I may have to repurchase that one. And after the holidays, who knows, I may need to repurchase something else that I might go through. But, and I've used more red than I thought I would, to be honest with you. Okay, all done. Superstar, baby. See? Oh, it's gonna be so cute, right? Look at that. You tell me what teacher wouldn't love that. And get some fun little, maybe confetti paper, polka dot paper. Or again, like I said, if you have school colors, you want to do that, you can do both sides. Once that dried, I can flip it over and do both. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about that already, so I'll probably end up doing that. So let's just set that aside while we're working. And I don't know if you spy our little sign from yesterday. I still am in love with that. I did spray it last night with my sealer, And I put it out on my door. I took a nice picture of it. And then I asked my husband this morning, I was like, do you think it needs something else? And he's like, yeah, maybe an apple. And I'm like, well, there is one apple on there. But so I haven't decided. And if you have an opinion, I would love to know whether I should add erasers to it. Like hot glue. I don't know if I'll hot glue. I might use my E6000. Some erasers to it to add some cuteness in the corner. And I think I'll just do it in the right corner. I don't think I'll do anything up on the top. Or whether I should do another, he said an apple, but we're doing an apple today. So let's just move on to that and we'll do it next. This is our apple. We did that the other day on the side of our jar. You remember that? He's like, add an apple. I'm like, well, I could add an apple and just keep it all chalk, but I don't know. I like lots of different elements in case you haven't picked that up from me yet. Like, you know, I've got the ribbon, I've got the chalk. I like multiple things, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'd love to know your opinion. If you want to leave it in the comments, I would love it. Okay, so here's our apple. Guess what? This was from our favorite dollar, you know where. So, where everything's $1. They had it in lots of different colors, but I thought I love that green, and nice little pop of green. And I've actually seen this, I noticed it yesterday at my grandson's preschool, that the teacher, I don't know what it was on, if it was file cabinet or what, but over in across the room, I noticed she had several of these on there. So I'm not sure how she uses it. I didn't look. But how cute is that? So it's magnetic. You don't have to use it as a magnet. You could just use it, you know, on your table. But how cute is that? Right? So I said, hey, let's put an apple on it. I went ahead and fuzzed this and got it adhered and all ready to go. And of course, we're going to use our red, our beautiful candy apple red. And I can use a big squeegee again. Wow, I don't know how to act. I'm able to use big squeegees for these projects. The next one, of course, I have to use little. But like I was saying, you don't have to, if you use these a lot, you don't have to stir them. But just look at it. If it looks like it needs stirring, stir it. Do not ever use like a wooden stick. Like, don't use like a popsicle stick or, you know, that kind of craft stick. Use a spoon, or like I have these little mini plastic spatulas. I'm sure you can find things like this even at our favorite store where I bought this, where everything's $1. But use something that won't like leave a splinter in it, because you could. I've heard of that happening. So, all right, but you shouldn't need to stir it much, especially if you close it well. You know, close it all the way and you use it often. So, and we're just gonna put it right on here. And this is plastic. It's all plastic. The only thing metal is there's no metal on it. I'm sorry, is what I was trying to say. The only thing with the metal is the magnet, so that it can adhere to metal, but it's very lightweight. And they had other colors. I cannot recall what other colors, but they did have other colors. Now remember how I've told you with these darker pigment, you guys, I'm going over it a lot, and you don't have to. You can go over it like once or twice. If you've gotten it covered, I'm just extra thorough, and I don't want any lines in my chalk, so I'm just going over it slightly. Put all that back in. And that red is messy. I'm going to set it over here out of my way. I'm going to use red again, so I'm going to keep it out. I don't think I need white. But, you know, the red, the darker pigmented chalks will stain your transfer, but it doesn't make it unusable. You can use these 8 to 12 times. And you have to forgive me if you watch my lives a lot that I repeat all this stuff. I never know when someone new is going to hop on and not know what in the heck's happening. So I just want to be thorough and make sure I share as much information as I can. Come on, baby. See how it's grabbed it really good. Oh, I got a little red chalk. Just pull it off, see? Just chalk. So it will stain my transfer, but as you can see, I can still see through the silk screen. I'm gonna go wash all that when I get done off on here. And as long as my silk screen area is clear, it doesn't have like old paste dried in it, we're good. You can reuse it, reuse it, reuse it. And you just clean it well. Ta-da! Isn't that adorable? I might even give it to that teacher that I was just talking about, so she can use it. Isn't that cute? So simple, right? Little container. I love it. Maybe even use this as a prize or a reward. I don't know. I'm just trying to think ideas for you guys. And it's magnetic. Let's see if we can find another magnet thing. Oh, here we go. This is magnet. Let's see if it'll stick. Oh, and it even matches. It's the same color. Let's see if we can get it to stick while it's drying. It's going to dry in about 5 minutes anyway. Cool beans. Okay, what is that? 2 projects done with 3 transfers used. Okay, one more. So when I had to go to the other dollar store that I like to go to, that everything is not $1. I'm going to try to stop saying the names because apparently Facebook doesn't like it when you say the names of the stores. So if you actually have a question, send me a message and I will share with you exactly where I get any other non-chalk couture surface or product that I share. I'm happy to share that information with you through a message. But anyway, I had to go there for medicine for the cold, my 2 guys that had colds earlier this week. And of course I had to peruse down every time I go. I've been there 3 times this week. I had to go today because my husband was not feeling well and needed some ginger ale. So I've been there 3 times this week. And every single time I walk down this aisle, the craft aisle, and like the home aisle, just to see if there's anything there that would be fun to chalk. And I spied this, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's so cute. That would work. And I did grab another chalkboard like the one we made our teacher, the big teacher sign with. I grabbed another one because I'm like, I'm sure I'm gonna need it for something. But, you know, it's so inexpensive. How can you not? But I thought this would be so cute sitting on your desk as a teacher. Right? So we could do back to school, and then I'll probably get I meant to bring a chalk pen up here and I forgot. They're downstairs. But you could write it in chalk pen, or if you're never gonna wipe this off and reuse it, you don't have to use a chalk pen, but you could just use a Sharpie and you can write your name in there, or you can write back to school and you could say whatever your name was or what grade it is, or maybe your classroom or your kiddos have like a mascot or a slogan, or they're a team name or something. I don't know. Anyway, you guys come up with the ideas that work for you, but I just want to throw out a few for you. So anyway, we're going to do this, and you know I can't do it all in one color. So I'm going to do, this is what I decided. I haven't used my Couture Coral. It's always a mouthful, and I have such a hard time saying that every time. And my Couture Teal. I have not used these on, that's not true, I used the teal on that project up there. But I haven't used them, oh, and I did use the teal on that project. Okay, well I haven't used the coral, okay, at all. And I thought I'd throw a little pretty green in. So we're gonna make it a green apple this time, since the project we did yesterday on the sign had the red apple. I'm gonna do a green apple, and that was all primary colors. So we're gonna do fun colors for this one. So, I have to go a little slower, and I have to use, let's see, I'm going to put that on there because I'm not using the red anymore. I said I was using the red, and I forgot. I'm not going to do that apple in red. I'm going to put that under there just so you can see it a little better to prop it up. And I'm going to have to use these guys because I'm working in these little small areas, and I have to keep reusing this one. So, because I have a hard time with it. Okay, so we're doing okay on time. Just wanted to check because it's just me picking up the little guy. All right, so what I'm gonna do is the apple and green, and then I think I'm going to alternate the coral and I'm gonna like do the 2 in one color, and so let's see which one goes better. That's a good contrast, and then that kind of goes. Maybe we'll do the word 2 in the teal, and we'll do the coral for the back to school, okay? And then I don't even remember what color. I have several colors of chalk markers, but I don't remember which one. So if I decide not to do the chalk marker, I'll have to use one of my Sharpies that I have, I think, every color that exists. So, of course. All right, so what can I do the green in? Let's just do it so I don't have to wash so many of them. Wash it so many times. I think I'll do the apple with fit. I think I'll do the apple with this. It's a light color, it won't be hard to clean. Isn't that pretty? I'm hoping it's really gonna show up well on here since it's such a dark background. The last background time I used this was a lighter background and I didn't feel like it really popped like I wanted it to. So I'm hoping it will. So let's just go to it. I did press it down, right? Yes, I did all that before I even got on here with you guys. Awesome. Loving it. Loving it already. I did just order another green yesterday. What did I order? I think I ordered Meadow. Didn't I tell you guys Meadow? I was like, I need to get some Meadow. I think that was all I ordered. We have a pretty, I was looking at the greens. We do have a pretty jade color as well. I was tempted to get that, but I was like, will I really use that much right now? I don't think I will, so. Okay, so I'm gonna do coral in this size. This is my multi-purpose tool, so it has a nice size squeegee on there, and then this little thing, I know it's probably like, what in the world? That's kind of weird. It's for scraping the inside of your jars, which I have not used it for yet, but I haven't really needed to. And you can always use your squeegee to stir a little bit, especially when it's this one, because it doesn't, you know, it's not a wide surface area. I don't want to get too much. Okay, so I gotta concentrate, guys. Give me a sec. Again, if you're hopping on, please hit that heart button. If you know anybody you'd like to sprinkle the video with, I would appreciate it. I just want to share my love of crafting with y'all. And the heart button gets it out there. Facebook doesn't really like the like button, believe it or not. It's just kind of considered like a not comment. Any other emoji but, shoot, you can even do angry. Any other emoji, hopefully I won't ever make you angry, but any emoji except for like, Facebook doesn't like it. The other one doesn't like, it likes all the other ones besides it. So I appreciate it. Oh, I thought I was gonna be able to do this without my glasses, but now I'm like, is that line part of that book or the other book? And I'm just trying to pull off the extra. I'm gonna go ahead and do it all because I'm in that color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to work quickly. If you're better at small spaces, you'll probably be faster than me. Okay, so far, right? Look at all that. I gotta put back in there. Didn't even hardly use. And see, because you scrape it back in on the sides, that's why you might need that multi-purpose tool. Because it gets on there. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna aim that away from me because when I did that the other day, I walked over that way and leaned into it and got it on my shirt, which of course came right out, but there's my lovely. I do feel, oh, I can actually see open area. Gosh, I didn't think I'd use that much of it. If you followed along, I'd love to know which project has been your favorite so far. I could try to post a recap. I don't know if I'll post it. I haven't decided if I'll post it tomorrow or post it Monday. Because I'm hoping to get up here tomorrow and share our club. There we go. Look, hardly any used. Hoping to get up here tomorrow and show Project with Club. Their club. Okay, guys. Let's see. I'll pull from the top this time. And you do want to try to work fast enough that your paste doesn't dry to the silk screen and not stay on your surface. If that happens, I do have a trick for that, so you just let me know. I will share it in my VIP group. Look! Okay, so a little apple has a little bit of coral on it, but I can fix that with my handy dandy tool. This thing comes in. I am so glad I got this because I have used that a ton. Look how cute. Can you see that on your desk? Isn't that sweet? And I mean, you could paint your frame as well, unless you like that wood look. Paint your frame. I love it. I just think it's so cute. It's something about all these minis. Oh, I just love it. So there you go. So I'll take all those to the sink after I get off and wash them with cold water, my squeegees and my little transfers, and then I'll flip them over upside down so that the sticky didn't do too bad today. Look, I got a little bit on me. I don't even know when. I didn't see myself do it. Probably when I was cleaning it. Yeah, so clean your squeegees and your transfers with cold water. Flip them upside down so that the sticky side is facing up to dry. Once they're dry all the way, don't take a paper towel to the back. I really encourage you not to do that at all, but if you have to do it, brush it across quickly if you had to dry your transfer quick. But let them air dry. Once they're dry, put them back on your backers that you've already labeled so you know exactly where it goes, and the sticky side to the glossy side of the backer, and then store them away. And I just keep my sheets that it comes in. Oh, that's my other one. I just keep my sheets that it comes in, and I just stick them all back in there, and then I file them away. So that's all you have to do. And you can reuse them and reuse them and reuse them and reuse them as many times as you want. They say 12 to 15, depends on how well you take care of them. And if they're still sticky, some people even keep using them after they're not sticky. I would think potentially that if they weren't sticky anymore and you wanted to use it, if you could get it placed where you wanted it, and as long as the silk screen's clean and it's not damaged, there's no reason why you couldn't maybe take some washi tape or painter's tape and put it across the transfer. I don't know, just thinking outside the box. Put it across the transfer and hold it in place while you're chalking. You know, you do whatever works for you. Anyway, that's it for today. You are dismissed from class. You completed an entire week of school, and I am so proud of you. And I hope that everyone out there has a fantastic school year, that everyone is safe, protected, healthy, and grows in so many different ways, that everything goes well. And I appreciate you spending some time with me to learn about some of these fun projects. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, I'm hoping to come to you tomorrow. I will send an update to let you know tomorrow if I'm going to be able to go live. But I'm hoping to be able to come to you tomorrow and share our, all the way up, sorry. I'm like, where did I put it? The Kitchen Rules, which is our August Club Couture transfer, a project with that again tomorrow. Otherwise, I hope you have a great Friday evening and your day ends up well. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.